So I'm Heather DeCanzio. I'm the Recreation Program Supervisor, and I have been working here since the summer of 2015. So I'm going on my sixth summer here with Radnor Township, and it's been a really exciting time so far.
And what are your responsibilities in the Department of Recreation?
So as the program supervisor, I oversee a lot of our seasonal programs, especially our summer camps, but really taking a look at all of our different seasonal opportunities that we have that are routine programs. So for youth, for adults, we do a lot of preschool programming. So I work either hand in hand with other local organizations that we partner with to deliver these programs, or I work with hiring our own staff and coaches to lead them ourselves. So I oversee all of those programs and everything from the coordinating of the details, the putting together contracts and advertising materials and registration processes, and then making sure that once they're up and running, they continue to run smoothly for the duration of each season.
Given the tough year we've all had, how has the pandemic changed community programming here in Radnor?
So I think the pandemic has actually changed our programming for the better. I think it's been a challenge that we accepted face on and as a welcome, because we were looking at it as an opportunity to try new things and not to reinvent ourselves, but to be able to offer new opportunities that might reach new families, new individuals in our community, and kind of mix things up a little bit. So it's actually been a welcome challenge for us. We've been able to do some things that we might not have ever been able to do before, especially virtual programs. You know, if you asked anybody over a year ago if you would do some type of program or activity online or through Zoom, it wasn't very enticing, but we were able to kind of tap into those resources that might not have been very popular before, but we were able to maximize those types of resources to provide something new and different and just interactive for people in the community. And I think that we really have been able to even adjust some of our routine programs that either were delayed and then continued in person or have been in person still, to a way that really enhances them and continues to offer them in a safe way and in a way that hopefully the participants are actually maybe getting more out of, because our groups are a little bit smaller and maybe they're getting a little bit more specialized instruction or feeling like they're getting more out of each program just because of the way that we've had to tweak and adjust them because of the pandemic.
I think our community would join me in thanking you, because it seemed that our Department of Recreation and Community Programming had a health-first approach to this pandemic, specifically ways to keep us active individually or in groups by joining online programming or attending events that were still held in person. So thanks for your creativity. I felt very inspired to stay healthy even during lockdown, which is not easy. Are there any of the programs in particular that you feel was a smash success, or that you heard positive feedback from the community that you can share with us?
Sure. So during the pandemic, when we tried to do some of our virtual programs, things as simple as a virtual bingo and trivia nights and stuff, where even though we had small groups of families, because we limited our registration and had people sign up on Zoom and tried to offer, fun little incentive prizes, even though it was a small number of people that we were reaching and interacting with for those programs, they all loved it and they had such a great time and had a memorable night with their family. Probably one of my favorite programs just in general, but also during COVID, was Radnor Day Camp. And just because there's so much that we put into it year round. We live and breathe Radnor Day Camp, and it's been such a huge part of our department for so many years. But during the summer of 2020, with the pandemic going on, we were really able to adjust and try and put our best foot forward to still offer something for our families in the community who are looking for something for their children. So we were able to offer both in-person and virtual Radnor Day Camp, both of which were extremely successful, and both of which have prepared us now to continue to plan another great and successful summer this year for Radnor Day Camp, because of course we're going to be continuing with some health and safety protocol and some modifications to how our camp's delivered, but we're able to bring back some of our aspects from years past and kind of meld those things together to become, it's almost like a new version of Radnor Day Camp, but tying in our 2020 experiences and our past experiences to make it something new, to again just put our best foot forward and continuing to offer exceptional summer programming. So Radnor Day Camp's definitely at the top of my list, and something that I think we have a really a big reach on. You know, we do reach a lot of families and have a pretty big impact on the community with that program. So it's been important for us to make sure that was set right last summer, and you know, we continue to move forward in a positive direction with it this summer.
It's exciting to hear that Radnor Day Camp will be back in 2021. Can you talk to us about some other programming that will be happening this summer, maybe a sneak peek of some new programming or repeat programming that you're able to bring back because we're safely navigating the pandemic?
Some other routine programs that we've really enjoyed being able to offer, again, safely during the pandemic, but just year-round outside of it, is our Champions programs for individuals with special needs. So our biggest one that we do is a basketball program that we usually do in the winter, and that's just such a great opportunity for children to be able to participate and have a modified basketball experience. But we also tie in a lot of volunteers from local middle school and high school students. So not only is it impacting our participants who actually register for the program, but these middle school and high school students who sign up to volunteer and help work with their peers, play the games and activities with them. It's reaching a bunch of different types of individuals in our community, and it's just a really nice, well-rounded basketball program that we do, and it's led by some really amazing individuals, our coaching staff, who have done it for many years. And so that's another one that we're really excited to continue to offer. We're always looking at different types of sports that we can try. We've done soccer, we've done wiffle ball. Basketball is our biggest one, though. It's our most popular. But so those that we call our Champions programs are something else that we're really fortunate to be able to continue to offer, and look forward to future seasons that we're able to plan.
Thank you, Heather, for spearheading the community programming for our community each year. Congratulations on being a part of an award-winning team, and best of luck this summer.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
So my name is Tracy Croom. I am the Recreation Program Coordinator, and I've been here for close to 5.5 years.
I've noticed a theme that you all have on the website is reaching the community together through recreation. It was a challenging year for all of us, but somehow your department was able to continue to reach the community via programming and events. How was event planning impacted by the pandemic, and how did you pivot to ensure success?
Sure. So this past year was definitely a challenging one. It caused us to think outside the box and creatively as to how to have these events still happen in some way to make sure it was safe for both the staff and the community in general. So we were really able to kind of think about what we've offered in the past and how we can tweak it and still offer it in the future. So we've come up with some new things. We were able to change some of the older things, and it's been a pretty exciting year overall.
Of the new events, because I'm sure there were plenty of cancellations, unfortunately, of the new ones, which were some of your favorite ones that you saw?
Sure. So some of the new ones we were able to offer, one was the Willow Spooktacular event at the Willows. So that was a more Halloween-themed event for younger ages, and we had a trail hunt scavenger hunt where they were able to go through the trail system and find Halloween-themed items. And then we also had a Halloween maze, so families were able to go into the maze in their family and kind of move through it and answer different questions. So we were able to offer this event on a smaller scale. We had pre-registration time slots, which was great for families. So we were able to ensure the social distancing and make sure we didn't overcrowd the park. And then we also had the mask mandate, so everyone on site had to, of course, wear their masks.
And how was the attendance for these new events, but also all of the online programming and event opportunities you guys provided?
Sure. So the attendance was pretty good. For the Willow Spooktacular, we did sell out for that with all of our registered time slots. We also this year had a teen flashlight egg hunt on the Radnor Trail. That also, we had a huge feedback from teens in general. I think we had close to 80 that came out for that event. A lot of families were just looking for something to do. They wanted to get out and be in their community because it was something that they've been missing. So it's been very successful, and even the virtual pieces, we had those families that were more comfortable staying home, doing programs, events that way. So overall, we've seen a pretty good response from the community.
Is there a particular memory or conversation that you shared with community members that's your favorite, looking back on the year we've all been through?
Sure. So probably a memory that I've really enjoyed looking back on is our daddy-daughter dance. So typically we have daddy-daughter dance in person, and this was actually going to be our 10th year holding the event. So it was a little bittersweet to not have it in the same fashion, but we were able to, as a department, come together and make kind of a hybrid event for these families. So they were able to come in person and pick up craft kits with some trinkets and special goodies, and then we were able to Zoom with all of them at night. We had 2 separate dates for families, and it was really nice to see our repeats as well as new families, and a lot of the feedback we got from that event was they were just happy there was something for them to do to keep this family tradition alive.
So as we approach summer 2021, what community events can our community look forward to? What's going to make it onto the calendar, and what might still be impossible for us to pull off due to safety?
Sure. So typically with our event world, we tend to plan at least a season in advance, if not more. The pandemic has kind of caused us to take a step back, and we're now down to planning, a month or 2 in advance. So we've been looking at our calendar for the summer. There are some events that we're more than happy to bring back, and we think we can do it in a safe and controlled way. A lot of these events will be registration based. We're monitoring how many people will be in attendance just to make sure everyone stays safe. So we do have our Great American Backyard Campout coming up in June. That's a registration based where families can spend the night at the Willows in tent in the park. So that's going to be coming back. We also have our Night at the Ballpark and Wiffle Ball Classic event coming in July. That is to help benefit the Special Olympics of Delaware County. So that's for families to register as a team. They play wiffle ball. It's a great day overall. We also had recently, we've had our Youth Trout Derby. That's always a success, but we were able to scale that back a little bit so that it was manageable and safe for the families. And then we're starting to look into fall at this point. Things like our Pumpkin Patch event is a huge draw each year, so we're trying to determine ways to do it safely for the public. And Radnor Run. There's so many coming up that we're definitely in planning season right now, trying to see what we can do to bring to the residents.
That's good news. That's good to hear. And then now that you've been part of the team for a few years, which community event is your personal favorite, be it pandemic or just regular, old school living? What's your favorite?
So my favorite event has been Santa's Delivery each year. I've really enjoyed it because it is one of the events that all of the departments come together to throw. It might not be known, but we have people from engineering, community development, public works, police, finance. Everybody comes together to either help on the front end of, packing, getting the vehicles ready, or they're on the back end on the night of delivery, helping deliver these presents to kids. And it's another favorite of mine because so much goes into it that I feel like the public doesn't necessarily see the magic behind it. And it's great to see the kids' faces every night when we're able to drop off the gifts and Santa delivers it to them.
It was really cool to see that you guys pulled that off this year because it was such a tough year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people expected that, but it was such a treat when it actually happened, speaking from experience.
Yeah, it was definitely another event that the community was looking forward to, and they were just happy to have it in some capacity.
Well, you guys do an awesome job, and thank you for planning such exciting events for our community, and best of luck this summer.
Thank you so much. It's been great to work here.
Thank you, Tammy, and the entire Department of Recreation. Your team provides innovative and exciting services for our community and helps make Radnor one of the best places to live, work, visit, and do business on the Main Line. We cannot wait to see everyone out and about this summer enjoying Radnor's parks, trails, and facilities. See you then.